Hey everyone, Rich from Rich TCG Bets. Hope you all are having a great day. This is going to be a ranty video, so not really any sort of graphics or any sort of data behind this. It's just going to be me word vomiting to you guys for however long it takes to record this. And so feel free to just sit back, your headphones on, do some dishes, whatever, and here I go. So I haven't posted in a while. I made a quick video to explain I was at Disneyland. And so we actually split the drive up. So we drove for 2 days. We were there for almost 4 days, drove back in 2 days, and immediately came back. Literally immediately came back. Like as we were pulling into our driveway, they were there waiting for us, but to family in town that were visiting for a few days. And so my last 10 days has been pretty wild. No, I didn't work really that whole time, and so my Monday, Tuesday, and today Wednesday have been pretty crazy as well too. Just getting back in the swing of being gone for a little over a week at work, but everything was good at Disneyland. But Disneyland was actually what inspired this video. My family and we grew up going to Disneyland a lot. Being from California, we would go once or twice a year, fairly regularly for like 2 or 3 days. And by doing so, we got really good at gamifying Disneyland. So trying to optimize fast passes, which are lightning lanes in today's term, and just trying to make sure that we can make our experience at the parks as enjoyable as possible while like being able to ride everything that we want and optimizing and gamifying the system. And we developed a word for this, and it was a joke between like the five of us, my two siblings, my parents, and I, and has kind of widened to our own individual families now. But the phrase is "why wait?" So anytime we would use a fast pass and see everyone else in the long line, we would just joke to ourselves and say, "Why wait?" Anytime we used a baby pass, a rider swap, we'd go through the single rider. We would take the fastest route for one ride to another. It was "why wait?" Even trying to get free food, which is near impossible at Disneyland, yet my dad still somehow figures out a way to get that, even churros from a churro stand. We just laugh and we say, "Why wait?" And so this "why wait" is the definition, or ideology behind that is, why would you want to do something that's not as optimal when you can do something better? And when it comes to Lorcana, I think that ideology is true as far as like, why do you want to not invest now and wait for prices to go up? And it seems a little redundant me saying this now, just because Lorcana has been absolutely blowing up for like the last month, and especially the last like week and a half or 2 weeks, with Wilds Unknown, the booster boxes, singles. We now see Winter Spell taking off a lot. But I asked the question to you, like, why wait? Like, why are you waiting to hop on the Lorcana train? Why are you not buying the cards that you think will do well right now and trying to wait for a better price, or just watch from the sidelines and in 2 months or 2 years or 20 years from now be like, I wish I had done X, Y, and Z? And I've been there on both sides. And so in the Lorcana terminology, I'll give you a couple bad examples and a couple of great examples. Bad example, when Buzz Lightyear Wilds Unknown came out, I was like, I have $1,600 I want to be able to put towards it. And when it came out, it was going for like $1,200, $1,300 on like that first day. And I was like, you know what? It's gonna go down. Like, I'm gonna wait. I didn't say why wait. I want this card. Let me just get it now. I have the money put aside for it. I told myself foolishly, hey, this is opening weekend. The following week, it's going to be like the global release with the big box store. Surely this Buzz Lightyear will go down and I'll be able to get it for below $1,000. Lo and behold, a week goes by and the card is at 2,000 plus. Now the card's at 4,000 plus. Same with the Merida. I waited. I made that mistake, and now that card is pushing well over $1,000. I think close to $2,000 at this point too. And now both those cards are completely out of my price range for being able to buy. And I probably will never be able to own those cards, which is really sad because I just got this in the mail yesterday, and it's my Vault-X Wilds Unknown binder, and it would have looked really, really good in there if I were able to get those two cards. But now, as I'm master setting the set, those two cards will probably never, ever make it to my binder, unfortunately. Another bad example of when I waited was just this week with Winter Spell. I wanted to do the responsible thing. I wanted to pay off my credit cards all the way down to zero after this Disney trip. And so I'm going to take a step back. Like, I'm not saying because I waited that was the wrong thing to do. At the end of the day, like, I'm happy I did this. These were my decisions. But I waited forever. I don't own any Winter Spell. Winter Spell has been out for several months. For the last several months, I've been able to buy it at like $440, $450, $460 a case. Actually a little cheaper, probably like $430, because I had a 5% discount at the store that was selling them. Months went by, weeks went by, and I didn't buy it. And then right when I got back from Disneyland so like it was over the weekend, I think on like Sunday, I was like, you know what? I need to buy this. I was selling something on Pokemon. I was like, let me sell that first and be responsible. And whatever I sell that for, which was about like $450, then I will buy a Winter Spell. So I made the sale of Pokemon on Tuesday afternoon. And when I got home, I signed into the website to buy Winter Spell, and it was at $799.99 a booster box. And so the price almost doubled with me waiting. And again, I made the right financial choice. I'm happy with that decision. I can live with it. But what was I doing for the last 3 months? I saw these iconics exploding for Winter Spell, Whispers in the Well, Fabled, and now with Wilds Unknown. Clearly the booster boxes were going to follow suit, but I didn't do anything. And that's a total bummer. And I think a lot of people are falling into this trap right now where we think, okay, this is a bull market. Everything's going to crash. Like, it's a bubble. It's going to pop any second. And yeah, maybe that's true. But then do you really think it's never going to get back to this point? Like, do you think the bubble might pop tomorrow and booster boxes are back to $100 and never going up again? Like, no, I totally do not believe that's true. And I hope that you don't believe that's true. Yes, I know that Wilds Unknown going for $1,000 a case right now after only being out for just over a month. Like, that is ridiculous. That does seem crazy. If they do a reprint or stuff, like, yeah, it's going to go back down to like $800, $700. But if you bought it right now at $1,000, do you really think 5 years from now it's not going to be above $1,000? I'm willing to bet it is, and that's why I'm investing heavily into Wilds Unknown and starting to move a lot of my Pokemon into Lorcana as well too. So on this other side of the spectrum, where I did see signals and I told myself, why wait? Perfect example was with the D23 collection box. So I owned one I got from the raffle, and then I bought another one on TCG Player for I think like $270, $280 or something like that. And I remember when I bought this like a month ago, I was like, man, this sucks. I could have bought this a month earlier for $160, $170, and now I'm paying $280. Like, that's so dumb. And I think a lot of us are falling into this trap right now. I mean, I do it all the time. But I told myself, like, no, I really think this is going to be a good product. I have the money for it, so why wait? Why would I wait for it to go to $300, $400 when I can buy it now and I truly believe in it? So I pulled the trigger, I bought it, and now it's going for 400 plus, maybe closer to 500 plus. That Mickey in a PSA 10 is like $500, $600 alone, and it has like an 80% gem rate. So if you buy one, grade it, you're almost guaranteeing yourself a PSA 10 of the whole set. So obviously, duh, if that card's going up, the box is going to go up. And so I made the move. I pulled the trigger. And like I said, paid double for what I paid for the very first time I got this box. More than double, almost tripled. But now, look who's laughing now. I have made 200 plus dollars on that box alone, and I don't plan on selling it. I actually plan on ripping it to be able to grade maybe sometime next year when PSA is a little bit more reasonable with their turnaround times, or I'll just hold it for a couple more years and we'll see how it goes. The other example is with Wilds Unknown. So I had bought 3 cases for pre-order. I plan to rip one and keep the other 2 sealed. I ripped my one. If you saw me having shorts, it was me ripping Lorcana. I got frustrated because I didn't get a single enchanted. And so I was pissed. I was like, well, I'm not going to keep opening Wilds Unknown. Like, I really thought I would get an enchanted. And so that's why I kind of just rage quit. And that's why you don't see any videos of it anymore. I actually had a video of me opening the last booster box, and I was just so pissed, and I kind of felt really embarrassed about it. So I didn't post it. If you want to see it, maybe one day down the road, if I have a members only video or anything like that, I can post it there. But I was really frustrated the fact that I did not get an enchanted with these better pull rates. That's besides the point. Hobbiesville, probably 2.5 weeks ago, but they had listed Wilds Unknown booster boxes. And I remember thinking, I have 2 cases. That's enough. I only have 1 case of other things. I'm not super heavy in Lorcana, but I do have cases of other things. This would be my first time having more than 2. That seems maybe a little too much. I could spend that money elsewhere. But I thought about it, and I was like, if the buzz is climbing, Merida is climbing, if these enchanters are climbing, it only makes sense that the boxes are following after. So I pulled the trigger. I FOMO'd into it hardcore, and I bought 6 pre-release kits as well too, because everyone says they're juiced, even though I opened up 5 and didn't get anything. But that's besides the point as well too. But I bought it, and by the time it came to me, I paid, I think after fees and shipping and the tariffs and everything, it was $502. I posted it on a previous video. I think it was $502. My money doubled. I bought it right before my vacation. It actually came while I was gone. I didn't know I needed to sign it, so I had to drive 35 minutes yesterday to go pick it up at a FedEx and sign for it. But by the time I got it, it had doubled. And that just kind of shows yes, I know we're living in a really weird market right now, not only just with Lorcana, but all TCGs in general. But I truly believe in Lorcana, and I am tired of waiting for better prices. And at this point, I have shifted my gear that if I do have the funds available, I'm going to start getting what I want. That's going to include sealed. That's going to include singles. Like I said, I'm going to be mastering, or at least trying to master set as close as I can, Wilds Unknown. And so I pulled the trigger on a couple enchanteds today that I got below market, that I'm seeing they were below TCG player market, and TCG player right now is well below eBay last sold. And so I got a Frozone for $120, and I got a Zipper for $65, and I see the Frozone going for $140, $145, the Zipper going for $75. Again, small margins, but I'll take any margins that I can at this point. But I'm starting to pull the trigger on things that I want, and that's the mindset that I have started to shift to, and will be shifting into probably the rest of 2026. I'm not going to be going super duper heavy into it. I'm not going to stop investing in Pokemon and only invest in Lorcana. But with Pokemon being a lot harder to get product in, and me wanting to put my money in to work, I've decided that I'm just going to start going all in. And again, it's hard. You see Winter Spell. 3 days ago, I could have got it for $100 a box. Now it's $200 a box. So that's kind of hard for me to actually go in and do, but I think I might be pulling the trigger on that anyways, because I really do think it's going to go up. $800 for a case is probably going to be $1,000 a case at the end of the month. That's a $200 profit. Again, nothing life-changing, but I really do think these iconics are a gold mine, and people are going to start seeing it. Sorry, my phone just died. So I think what I was saying was Rudy just posted on the video, Alpha Investments. he's got a huge following, especially in the TCG world. But he just said that he bought a pallet of Lorcana. I don't know what a pallet means. I don't know if he only got starter decks, or if it's only booster boxes, or if it's loose packs, or whatever it is. But in the Pokemon world, a pallet is a lot. A pallet could be somewhere to like 20 to 40 booster box cases, which means if it's on the 40 side, that means 240 booster boxes. So could you imagine 240 booster boxes of Lorcana just willy-nilly picking up just because? But he mentioned he loves the art, and he's a big art guy. Like in real life, he has a ton of paintings. But the point I'm trying to say is Lorcana is getting more and more eyes on it, that I really do not think it's going to slow down at all. So like now is the time to buy. Again, don't go into debt. Don't be dumb with your spending habits. Make good choices. That's all I can tell you. You're the ruler of your own life. You can ignore that, but I just want to say make the right choice. But at the end of the day, again, I'm going to ask, why wait? Why not just get that PSA 10 that you want to get right now? Why not get that booster box or booster box case or D23 collection box that you want to get? Put it in your closet, forget about it. I promise it will do well. I mean, I can't promise that, but like I am highly confident it will do well in the long run. So that's my rant. I'm going to show you guys all that I've gotten in the last month in another video, just so I can be able to like say, hey, I'm not just some dude rambling on here. I'm actually putting my money where my mouth is. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and show that. But until then, you made it this far, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.